it's Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my favorite breakfast recipes that are great for if you have company. So these are great if you have company staying with you for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or for any of the holidays this season. All the recipes will be linked down in the description box below, but let's turn the camera around and get started. For the cheesy bacon croissant casserole, you're going to need about 4 large croissants. These are the ones from Costco. You're going to cut these up and have them fill the bottom of a 9x13 pan. For your mixture, your egg mixture that's going to go over the top, you're going to need 9 eggs, 2 cups of milk, and then the original recipe calls for 1 cup of heavy cream, but I'm going to sub 1 cup of half and half. You're also going to add some onion powder and salt and pepper as well. And then after you have that all mixed together and your croissants in the bottom of your casserole pan, you're going to top it with a couple of cups of cheese, usually about 2 cups of cheese, and then 8 to 10 strips of cut up and cooked bacon. I'm just going to use these bacon crumbles, sprinkle that over the top, and then pour my egg mixture over the top, and you're going to bake it at 350 for about 45 minutes. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut up or rip up your croissants. These ones I just had frozen from some leftover ones that I had from Costco. They freeze great, and it's even easier sometimes to cut them from frozen. So I just diced them all up, put them in the pan. The original recipe calls for you to toast them, but I don't find that necessary, especially because I don't let it sit for a super long time, like overnight, like the original recipe says. I just put it all together and then bake it. So after you put the croissants in the bottom of your pan, you're going to create your egg mixture. So here I am just adding all of the eggs, and then I'm going to add in the milk and the half and half. Like I mentioned, the original recipe calls for heavy cream, but half and half subs just fine. I have also made it just with all milk, and that also is fine too. It's just doesn't taste quite as rich, but the flavor is still really good. And then you just saw I added the seasoning, so salt, pepper, and onion powder. And then I'm just going to whisk this all together until it's nice and fluffy. Then I'm going to top my croissants with some bacon crumbles and about 2 cups of shredded cheese. And then I'm just going to pour my egg mixture over the top and bake it at 350 for 45 minutes. And here's what it looks like coming out of the oven. This is definitely one of my favorites. It reheats super great in the microwave and makes a great company breakfast for everyone to eat when they are ready in the mornings. For the breakfast tater tot casserole, you're going to need tater tots, enough of them to fill the bottom of a 9x13 pan. You're going to need 6 eggs, 2 cups of shredded cheese. You're also going to need a pound of sausage that you're going to brown. While you're browning it, you're going to add 1 chopped onion and 1 chopped bell pepper. I'm just using frozen pre-diced to save some time. You're also going to need 1 cup of milk, half a cup of sour cream. You can also add additional onion powder if you want for seasoning, and then you'll also want salt and pepper as well. So here I am just making sure to spray down the bottom of my pan just so the egg doesn't stick to it. I'm also lining up the tater tots. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's just something I like to do, and I think it just looks nicer and kind of distributes the potatoes a little bit easier. So after you put the potatoes in the bottom, then I'm going to add in the browned sausage that I browned already and put on a paper towel to drain. With that ground sausage, I also added in a bell pepper and some diced onions that I just sauteed with the ground sausage to make them like cooked through. So I just put that on top of the tater tots, and then I added my 1 to 2 cups of shredded cheese on top of that. Now I'm making my egg mixture, which calls for eggs and milk and sour cream. In addition to those things, you're going to add in some seasonings. So I'd added salt, pepper, and onion powder. And then again, I'm just going to whisk this up, and then I'm just going to pour it over my tater tot and meat mixture and bake it at 350 also for about 45 minutes to an hour. And here's what it looks like coming out of the oven. It looks really good, and it tastes good as a casserole and as a filling for breakfast burritos as well. Okay, for the biscuits and gravy casserole, or the sausage crescent roll, casserole, whatever it's called, you're going to need 1 pound of ground sausage that you're going to brown. And with that, you're going to add 1 onion. I'm just using the frozen chopped onions today. And you're going to add 1 block of cream cheese after those have cooked until it gets melty and incorporated. You can also add in some onion powder if you don't want to do the whole onions. And then you're going to also need 2 cans of crescent rolls. I prefer for this recipe to use the crescent dough sheets, so you don't have to pinch the seams, but you can just use regular crescent roll dough. You just have to pinch the seams. So that's everything that you need for the biscuits and gravy casserole. This one is by far the easiest, and it's definitely one of my family's favorites. So after I ground the sausage, while it was still warm, I added in my cream cheese, and I'm just going to mix that up until it melts and gets fully incorporated. You can do this over the stove. It's just hard for me to film over there, so I just did it here on the counter. I also added in onion powder, just because my family doesn't like the texture of the onions in this casserole in particular. So I'm adding my crescent roll sheet to the bottom of my pan, the sprayed pan, making sure that it just fills all of the corners. Then I'm going to put my filling on top of it and spread it out so that it's even. And then I'm going to add my top layer of crescent roll dough. Like I mentioned, you can use the sheets or you can use just the regular crescent roll dough. You just have to pinch the seams. I'm just laying that all over the top, baking it at 350 for about 20 minutes. And here I just wanted to kind of show you like the cross section of what the inside looks like. This is definitely one of our favorites and something that's very crowd pleasing. So those are all the recipes I have for you today. Make sure you check the description box down below for the recipes if you want the written out instructions for them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.